Hi, everyone. How are you today? It's nice to see you here. Thanks for coming. I'm Rachel Chamness at Sound Waves Heal. And I've been seeing a lot of questions lately about what's safe to listen to, what's safe to watch, uh, and as everything is coming out about how many things have their fourth dimensional layers in it of psychic attack or programming. There's a lot of programming in media, as you may know, and all of that seems to be coming out now. And people are really realizing it, and it can be a little scary. But you don't need to leave you don't need to live in fear of the world around you. You don't need to worry about all of this that is there. It's everywhere, but you do need to understand your energy. So there are energetic layers to things, but the way that this is being talked about right now is actually not empowering people. So all of this information's coming out. Many of you may have known all of this before. I know I did. And when I was chasing down all of this information about Hollywood, about all the things that are coming out in the e-files right now, um, then it was really hard for me. I felt like I was starting to get psychically attacked as I was going deeper and deeper, as I was rabbit holing. And is that a word, rabbit holing? As I was going deeper into the rabbit hole, finding more and more evidence to prove if it was true or not. It proved that it was true. However, it was just, it was really awful. And so I know a lot of people are saying, why aren't people talking more about what's happening here? I think that a lot of people have already figured out that talking about this and living in that space of fear and what's happening out there and how it's, basically how we have found out that there is so much more evil than we physically thought was possible. Is that right? There's so much more negative entity and programming and horror out in the world than we thought, or that we thought was possible, I guess is the best way to put it. And that's really scary. So, but let's talk about this because that is true, but let's not let that put us in a state, a state of terrible anxiety. So I'm getting a lot of questions like, what about listening to music, artists? What about watching Disney? Is it unsafe? And yes, there can be layers of negative and psychic influence in media, like I'm talking about already. But going into fear about it doesn't make you safer. It pulls you out of your sovereignty. So it's not about avoiding everything. It's about your field. A strong field neutralizes interference and keeps you sovereign. A fearful or weakened field amplifies distortion. So I still watch things. I still watch Marvel. I still watch Marvel movies. I still watch Disney or whatever. I still watch all those things. My family lives in this world, and the difference is energetic strength. So you don't need to fear all the music or all the things coming out. You can still live in this world. You can still enjoy movies. You can still enjoy music. You just need to become energetically sovereign. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that. And also I'm going to bring in Alpar BM, who's my partner guide. He's a blue avian, to speak about this from a higher perspective. So I see you all here. Hi, Courtney. Oh, well, would you mind adding the link then to school? I won't be able to do it right now. Or Shauna, if you see this, if you could do that for me. So, yeah. Tyann says, yes, it's easy to get stuck. Well, Tyann says it's so easy to get sucked into all of it and be affected by it. And Tyann also says, I've been getting messages about sovereignty all day and was planning to make a reel about it. That's perfect. Yeah, I think we need more reels about sovereignty. So what's sovereignty? Sovereignty is just knowing that your field is just you and your helpful guides and spirit guides, and knowing that you are standing in truth, that you are standing in you, that you are not being manipulated in any way, that you don't have an entity, and that you don't have a problem in your field in any way that is causing you to be affected. So that's what sovereignty really is. So when you're sovereign, it's another way of saying you're clear and you're in your, you're in your center and you know what's real. Yeah. So Courtney says sovereignty is a theme for growth this year. Yeah, I think so. So what creates true energetic sovereignty in a person? How can people strengthen their field so that they don't have to live in fear of what they watch or listen to? Um, these are really good questions, and I'm going to ask them of Alpar BM, but from my perspective, I'll let you know what I think is the easiest way. What do I do when things get really scary or I feel that the 3D world is encroaching in my life, or I see it happening to other people and it hurts my heart. And yet we cannot stay in a place of misery and fear because it's happening to other people. There is a 3D program that tells you you're not a good person if you don't feel all the things that your friends are feeling, that you don't feel miserable, or that you don't feel like it's your luck or your position in life, your, that you're not being affected by it. And so you don't have to feel miserable for other people. Yes, we want to give as much help as we can. If there's anything that you can do for others, if you're a healer and you can send healer, if you can do these big healings, if you can help people, I try to do that, or if you can help them at low cost, I try to do that too. You see that I have lots of free healings on my YouTube channel. I do a $15 a month personal group healing. It's a group healing that can heal you personally. That starts next month, actually starts in 2 weeks in my school course. And it's just do what you can, but remember to really work on your own energetic field. So when all of this happens, where do you go? What are your tools? What do you do? How do you protect your energy? What I do is I work on my own energy. So I do a clearing on myself. So I do a clearing every morning and every night. And if you watch my YouTube channel, you can see that I've put mine out there for you to do. And it brings you through going through your whole field and clearing your field and actually setting up shields in front of your TVs and your devices. And this is something that I do every morning. And if you want to do it and you don't know how to do it, you can listen to my 7-minute morning reset and I'll do it for you. If you do have a shielding modalities such as Reiki or angel fire, which is colored light from the angels, which I teach on my site. It's very inexpensive, or it's in tag. These sort of things to help you put shields on your screens, put shields around you, strengthen your own personal shield. You have a shield that's at the edge of your auric field, strengthening that with Reiki, with angel fire, with thought, with intention, asking your angels to do it for you if you are not able to do it. So all of that is really, really important. What are your tools? What do you do? The other thing is to work on shadow work. I mean, I literally say this every time. I'm not even going to put it on screen today because you've seen me do it so many times. But at soundwaveseal.com/shadow-work, this is another place where I can help you totally for free to learn how to work with the anxiety and fear that comes up. And when the anxiety and fear comes up, how to deal with it instead of trying to push it away, which makes it stronger. So how to deal with it in just a moment. I think I talked about that last week. I believe that was the last thing that I talked about in my podcast. So you don't need to fear all of these things. You really don't. You can just become energetically sovereign. You can just strengthen your shields. And I also have all kinds of things that help with that. I put it in the comments already. So let's see. We have a few questions before I bring in Alpar BM. Is it still cool to be a Christian and be part of this community? Of course. Being spiritual is not a religion unless your religion says that being spiritual is not part of their religion. So there's no religion in spirituality. It is an understanding that might bleed into your Christianity, like that there's a benevolent one or that we're all part of the one is what many people believe. But the truth is, when it comes to spirituality, most people believe something different. We all believe what resonates personally with us. And we're all here together with different beliefs. So it doesn't really matter. Thank you, Shauna, for your help. And Tyann says, I clear with music and listening to positive podcasts that helps me through the day. That's great and a very good idea. You can definitely do that sort of thing. I do the same thing if I'm feeling a little down or if I'm feeling bad. Well, the first thing I do is accept my feelings. That's part of my shadow work that I do. Then I might put on a video that will help me clear or help me get things into perspective or help to shield against fourth dimensional, I hate to say spiritual attack, but fourth dimensional influence. And that really is what most people would call spiritual attack. So I do all of that. And that really is in like the fifth and sixth minute of my 7-minute morning reset. So if you want to watch that at any time during the day, it does go through that. So that's really important too. So I really would like to bring in my partner guide, Al Parbium. He is a blue avian and a wonderful friend, galactic being, and see what he wants to tell you from his higher perspective, because we can only see things here from our limited view. Even if you can meditate and go in higher dimensions, which most of us can, then we still need sometimes someone to give us a view from the other side. So what creates true energetic sovereignty in a person is a good question to ask you, Alparbium. So we'll ask him that. And hopefully he can tell us how to strengthen our shields in other ways too. Okay. So, all right, I'll bring him in. Oh, I should have a banner. Whoops, hold on. I probably have one here already. Give me a second. Okay. I am Alparbium. And yes, this is the biggest factor that you will need to deal with in the next 2 weeks is that the energetic oppression on your planet is really at a very high energetic level. This is part of the 3D collective. So where many have the same fear, and this fear is being purposely turned up by the release of media in such a fashion to bring more fear to the planet. And there are many things that are happening that are encouraging different kinds of fear. All of this is fourth dimensional interference to get you to feel like there is no point in going forward, or that there is so much happening that there's nothing that you can do about it, or that you are defeated. But please remember that you are a beautiful, bright light. You are a part of the great universe. You are part of everything, and everything is a part of you. And that includes all of the beings that you feel are above you and all the beings in the world. Everyone here on earth is part of this great plan of learning that you have decided to learn in this body as a human. And yet your soul is a great luminous being, and your soul is connected to many great luminous beings, and together you are one great luminous being. So how do you stay sovereign? Sometimes it is just about knowing that, reminding yourself that all of this is just a life, a program, if you will, that you are experiencing now. It is not your entire life. Your entire human life is only a blip in your whole soul and its experiences. And what you are experiencing now is exactly that. It is an experience. Can you, for a moment, pull yourself back from this experience and imagine that you are watching yourself from a higher perspective, like I am now, watching you at a higher perspective. And then say to yourself, how can this person, you, overcome all of this? They are inundated with all of this that's happening, and it's looking like there is no way out. And yet there is, because this person has tools. This person can do things to help themselves. And if you can take that step back, you can remember that you are one of great light. You are a great soul. And then you can come back to your body and remember that this is a challenge that you have been given to go through. And you will complete this challenge with high honors. How can you do that? And that changes your thinking. Instead of thinking there's nothing you can do, that all is against you, now you are standing in your power and saying, what can I do? And what you can do is clear yourself in any way that you can, or go somewhere where you can get a clearing. You can be cleared in a session from another lightworker very easily. If you do not have the ability to do that, you can find clearings from those you trust on YouTube and other places. And you can make the time to sit down and think about your energy and ask your guides and helpers, and especially angels, because it is their job to heal and clear you and to give you some help. And then you may miraculously find some video that's helpful for you. Then you may miraculously get some sort of sign of something that encourages you. Remember to look for these signs. How is the universe supporting me today? What is the miracle I will see today? And when you get something small that you don't discount it, well, that's not what I wanted. I needed something more. No, you say, oh, here's a sign. Here's a sign of something that is helping me more. Here's a sign showing me that all is opening if I give gratitude for this sign, if I believe, and more shall open for me. This is all very important. And if you have the skills, begin working through your skills. If you feel that when you are in this state, it is hard to remember your skills, it is hard to remember what's in your spiritual toolbox, then make a list and make it accessible for you to look at when this happens. And this will help. I would like to now strengthen your shields with a healing. So take a deep breath. Oh, ya, yo to di semana carecia do yo stoda da no. Ai, ya no costi amana caio todo costui. Ai, no cocori amana na hey. I order so to you. Okay. Thank you, Alpar. All right, so there's some more comments here. Thank you, Lauren. I'm glad you're enjoying the morning video. Tyann says, I clear with music and listening to positive. Oh, we already said that. Okay. Tyann says, can you clear with lower vibrational music? It's funny because I feel that I can because of the intention I bring to it. Music that might not be totally clear, but I use it to clear. That's a very good question. And yes, you can. So sometimes I listen to music that is lower vibrational and with my intention. And of course, Tyann, you use Reiki. So you might be already shielding that music more than you know. And so you might be doing that already. I would just put a shield over the media source and yeah, just use it with good intention. Sometimes I change the words, and that's like a really great way to raise your vibe is that you just sing the words of something positive or something that you want in this world with, just any song, or you just add it to the song itself, or that you make the intention. So yeah. And Tyan says, because I will dance to it with my kids and feel clear after. Definitely. I mean, music is a huge clearing. Music is a huge way to clear yourself. And yes, it doesn't matter who wrote it, it's your intention brought to it. Just be careful of low vibrational words in music. Some songs really bring you in because they're so catchy and they're so good, but the words can be really just very detrimental to your psyche. So just watch that. So a clear and sovereign channel moves throughout this world without being affected by it. And if this topic has been on your mind, it's not actually about what you're watching, it's about your field. So now I hope that these ways that I've given you can really help. I do as much as I can to help everybody, for free on my YouTube channel. And so that's a lot of what I do. You can access that. I also have 4D shield stickers, which are very inexpensive in my Etsy store at Soundwaves Heal. Those are very, very helpful. That really helps me a lot. I use them to cut down on my own having to shield things all the time and things like that. And it's been great for me because I can go to a movie now and not have to spend like all the credits doing all the shielding and stuff like that and putting us in bubbles and raking everyone and which is what I normally do. So I find that helpful for myself. I make these things for all of you and I do them myself. But we also do this kind of work inside my tag membership, which building our field consistently. And it's also what I teach in psychic Reiki healing. And of course, I think the fastest way is just getting support. That's what personal sessions are for, so that you're not navigating in a world of fear. You're grounded, you're clear, you're sovereign. So that's really what I do for myself is I actually get a lot of sessions just normally. I have normal sessions every month because I have a lot of clients. I hold space for a lot of people in tag membership. I hold space for a lot of people in my school membership. I hold a lot of space. So I get regular sessions for that. And then I also would just get an extra session if I start feeling overwhelmed by the world or feeling like I can't navigate it as well as I normally would. Then I just get a session from someone that I trust. And I really recommend that. I think that people don't realize that sessions are something that are necessary. And if you can't afford sessions, then that's why I do the group sessions. So you can always do those. They're on my YouTube channel in a playlist called Healing Liquid Reiki Sessions or something like that. And of course, now I do the $15 a month healing sessions, which is pretty affordable, which is in my school at Soundwaves Heal. So I hope that you guys can find something that works for you, whether it's something that I offer, something someone else offers that can help you navigate this in a way that keeps you sovereign, because that's what we're doing here. We have to stay clear, we have to stay sovereign, and we have to just really keep our energy our own and go through this 3D, 4D life right now. That's part of ascension, and we will come out the other side. But we have to remember that hurting ourselves because other people are hurting does not serve you. Understanding that, acknowledging that it's happening, helping everywhere that you can is very important. But making yourself miserable is not going to help you. It's going to attract more negative stuff to you. And that is not spiritual bypassing, because negative stuff happens all the time. It's how you deal with your energy field. It's how you navigate negative things that happen. That is your life and your law of attraction. So we really have to watch that. We have to really balance how we filter in the things that are coming, how we help other people, and how we help ourselves when things go wrong, and how we can navigate all of this to stay sovereign. That's really what it's about. So it's really important that we do that. Courtney says your offerings on your site are powerful as well. Thank you, Courtney. Okay, I'm so glad that this was helpful. And if you have any questions about this, please put them in the comments. And I think that Shield Strengthener from Alpar should really help you for today, and I hope it does. So thanks for coming, and I'll see you next week. Bye.